Imagine waking up one morning to find that your entire communication system has been hijacked and you're being fed propaganda from a foreign power. This isn't the plot of a sci-fi movie, but a harsh reality that Ukraine faced when Russian-backed hackers took control of an orbiting satellite, replacing regular programming with footage of Moscow's Victory Day parade. The message was clear: 21st century warfare knows no bounds, and the battlefield now extends to cyberspace and outer space. But here's where it gets controversial. The use of space-based weapons and the hijacking of satellites are just the tip of the iceberg. As we'll explore, the threat to global security is far more complex and sinister. The incident in Ukraine highlights the vulnerability of our satellite systems, which are crucial not only for broadcast communications, but also for military operations, navigation, intelligence gathering, and economic supply chains. With over 12,000 operating satellites orbiting the planet, the potential for disruption is staggering. If a satellite's security software or communication systems are compromised, the consequences can be devastating. As Tom Pace, CEO of NetRise, a cybersecurity firm, puts it, if you can impede a satellite's ability to communicate, you can cause a significant disruption. The impact on GPS systems, for example, would be catastrophic, causing widespread confusion and disruption to critical infrastructure. Hackers typically target the weakest link in a satellite's software or hardware, exploiting outdated systems to gain control. The attack on Viasat, a US-based satellite company used by Ukraine's government and military, is a prime example. The hack, blamed on Moscow, used malware to infect tens of thousands of modems, creating an outage that affected large parts of Europe. What's even more alarming is Russia's development of a nuclear, space-based weapon designed to take out every satellite in low Earth orbit at once. This weapon, which combines a physical attack with a nuclear component, would have a ripple effect, destroying more satellites and frying their electronics. The implications are dire. If deployed, it would render low Earth orbit unusable for satellites for up to a year, leaving the U.S. and its allies vulnerable to economic upheaval and even a nuclear attack. Representative Mike Turner, R. Ohio, has sounded the alarm, warning that this weapon would be a game-changer, comparable to the Cuban Missile Crisis in space. As nations scramble to exploit the moon's resources, including valuable minerals like helium-3, which could be used in nuclear fusion to generate huge amounts of energy, the risk of conflict increases. The moon is becoming a new frontier, with countries like China and Russia announcing plans for their own nuclear plants. The U.S. is also planning missions to the moon and Mars, with NASA's acting administrator Sean Duffy emphasizing the need for a small nuclear reactor on the moon to support future missions. But here's the thing. The moon is not just a source of energy. It's also a strategic location for military operations and surveillance. As Joseph Rook, a London-based cybersecurity expert, notes, if you dominate Earth's energy needs, that's game over. The competition for space dominance is heating up, with China and Russia investing heavily in their space programs. The U.S. Space Force, created in 2019, is tasked with protecting American interests in space and defending U.S. satellites from attacks. But the question remains, can the U.S. maintain its dominance in space, or will Russia and China gain the upper hand? A hope, as Representative Turner puts it, is that the U.S. can take steps to prevent the deployment of space-based weapons and ensure that the frightening potential of these weapons is not realized. But as we look to the future, one thing is clear: the battle for space supremacy has begun, and the stakes are higher than ever. So we have to ask, are we prepared for the challenges that lie ahead, or will we be caught off guard? The answer, much like the future of space warfare, remains uncertain. And this is the part most people miss. The exploitation of space resources and the development of space-based weapons are not just about military dominance. They're also about economic power and global influence. As we move forward, it's essential to consider the implications of our actions in space, and to work towards a future where the benefits of space exploration and development are shared by all, not just a select few. But what do you think? Should we be prioritizing the development of space-based weapons, or should we be focusing on more pressing issues like climate change and economic inequality? Share your thoughts in the comments below.